So it was an eventful SmackDown this week, and huge for Bray Wyatt fans. Not only do we get confirmation of the Mountain Dew, the pitch black match between Bray and LA Knight, that's going to be awesome. We also had Uncle Howdy get into the ring and actually get physical. Now, to clear something up, WWE on television during the replay actually did clarify that this was Uncle Howdy, and on WWE's upload of this moment on YouTube, they clarified it's Uncle Howdy that attacked Bray Wyatt. But something interesting, okay? When Howdy made his entrance, he walked the aisle, he approached the ring, and almost mirrored the Fiend. As he stood at the side of the ring, he would leave his hat on the apron of the ring as he went to the steel stairs. Almost a mirror of what the Fiend would do with the lantern. You remember the Bray Wyatt head lantern? That is exactly the same spot that the Fiend would leave the lantern. And there's been this long theory that Howdy could be the Fiend. And you know what? Looking at the mask tonight, maybe. Look at that shadow, okay? It's implemented into the mask. And it almost looks like that evil smile the Fiend had. You know, that Joker-like smile? Very interesting indeed. Could it be Uncle Howdy? That Uncle Howdy is the ghost of the Fiend. We know Bray Wyatt has referenced Uncle Howdy as the ghost of the man who sold the world. Could it be that the Fiend's ghost is Howdy? Maybe this is what the Fiend looked like to unmask, because don't forget, Bray would actually say multiple times the whole story with the Fiend was this was not Bray Wyatt. This was a different character altogether. Could be. Now, I think one thing that's really interesting is who this person is. And obviously that's what a lot of people are talking about. And I feel like WWE haven't slipped up, but I feel like there's a really big part of this character which you didn't really notice on TV. First things first is the height. People are looking at the height of Bo Dallas compared to Bray Wyatt and saying it potentially could be Bo. That's true as well. A lot of people are saying Vincent. And if I had to put money on someone right now, I'm going to go with Vincent. I think it could be him. We'll talk about why in a moment. The other name, shockingly, is Edge. Now, this was in Uncle Howdy's little vignette tonight. And this was actually used during the Edge cryptic promos earlier this year. Edge is also featured in the advertisement for the Pitch Black match, which we now have confirmed as Bray vs LA Knight. So why is Edge in it? Now, it makes a big point that, do you know what? Genuinely, this could be Edge. I mean, it would be an out there idea, right? Really out there. I mean, this doesn't look exactly like Edge. Edge would have to grow his hair long again. Could be extensions, could be a wig potentially. The facial hair kind of matches. But there is something about the facial hair that's really interesting. Vincent has had long facial hair for a long time. He today on Twitter, immediately as this happened, put a cryptic tweet out. Now, is that proof it's not Vincent? Maybe, because he was able to tweet. But if you notice, look at the paleness around the mouth and on the neck. Now, if you've had facial hair as a man, you know if you've had it for a while, you don't tan and your skin goes paler. If he's recently shaven to get this look, that could be why the skin is more pale. Potentially, right? It could also be makeup, and it could definitely be Bo. The goatee and everything looks pretty much identical, bit of grey on the edge. Maybe it could be, but I don't know. Now, obviously, clearly, this is a whole new mask for Uncle Howdy. I do think, like, the prosthetic mask on the right, I don't think anyone was able to wrestle in that. Obviously, clearly, you can see the blue eyes and the contact lenses and stuff, the longer hair too. I don't know, man. I mean, the long hair does kind of look like someone's recently had it done, if that makes sense. And it makes me think it could be Vincent. And you can kind of see that grey undertone to it. And I think it might be, simply taking the dreads out and the blonde hair would make a lot of sense. Just a bit of dye. Potentially true. Now, was this the same person tonight as we saw previously? I don't think so. I also feel like whoever we got tonight is the permanent Uncle Howdy. The fact he was physical in the ring means a botch could happen. That mask could have come off tonight And if it came off and it was, say, I don't know, Bron Breakker, then you're stuck with Bron Breakker playing that character. So I feel like whoever this was is permanent. Obviously, we saw him hit the Sister Abigail on Bray, but what happened before that, I think, is the gateway to that. LA Knight calling Bray the master of mind games. And I feel like this was just another mind game. I feel like Bray engineered this to happen. So we think Howdy's against him. LA Knight is left wondering what the hell is going on. And the whole time it was all a ruse just to confuse LA Knight even more. I do really like the idea of this being like the ghost of the Fiend. Really cool. I mean, the jacket, everything makes sense for it. Let me know, though, who do you think's behind the mask? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe. I hope you all have a fantastic New Year. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Peace!